up, course heroes? Welcome to yet another video. Today we are going to look into blogging using System. Without further ado, let's get started. Back in my System school, I am this time on the blogs tab here, and depending on the plan that you're on, you will have up to 20 or unlimited blogs, and you can check out your plan by going on to this top button here, go to your settings and go to my plan, and this shows you what current plan you're on. So on my plan, I can create up to 20 blogs. With that, let's head over to the blogs, and I'm going to create a blog from scratch so you can see how that's done. And this blog is going to be all about concrete. Give your blog a name. You can connect it to a custom domain and then also give it the URL that you want your visitors to go to. And then there's a bunch of blog templates here to choose from. And they're all completely customizable. We're going to get into that in a minute. Since my blog is all about concrete, offices, etc., I'm going to select this template here and hit save. Once you do that, your brand new blog will be created for you and you can right away start working on the blog. Now, a few things to note here. Out of the box, System gives you a bunch of dummy content so that you can see how that content will look populated for your blog, and then also a bunch of pages. And then you can continue to create your blog posts and your pages right in System, and then also change your categories. So right now, let's go ahead and remove these categories, and then we're going to come back and add new categories to this area. Now on the top here, you have your blog layout. This allows you to edit your blog layout, how it's going to look for your visitors. And then next to it, you can view your blog. So this shows you your current blog, what it's going to look like. And you can see all of this is currently filled with placeholder content. And we're going to go ahead and change that. And then finally, in your blog settings, you can go back, change your blog name, change your domain, etc. And then here, if you see that if I click on pages, this blue button disappears. But when I click on posts, this post layout button is there. This allows you to change your blog post layout for every single blog post. So this is a universal change, which means any change you make here will be implemented across every single blog post in your System blog. Now you can see some of this is dynamic content. Example, your blog post title, your categories, and right below it, it says that this component will be replaced with the title. This one will be replaced with the date. This one will be replaced with the category, etc. One thing I'm not seeing here that I want to add is a breadcrumb. So I can look on the left side here under blog. You can see all the blog related components. So I'm going to take this breadcrumb here, put it right on top of my blog post content, so my readers can easily navigate back to the parent blog page. And other than that, this looks good. I don't want to change anything else. So I'm going to hit save changes and then head back over to blogging. Now, first thing we want to do here is this blog is about concrete and I want to add some blog categories. So I have these 3 categories picked. Let's go ahead and create a new category. So once you put in the category name, it automatically creates the slug or the URL that your visitors are going to go to. You're going to go hit save. Do the same with the remaining 2 categories. All right, so my blog categories are created. It's time to create my first post. So let's go ahead and do that. These are all dummy posts, so we can still go ahead and edit those, or we can completely remove them. So you can see what this post looks like. There is a link in here. There is a call to action button in the middle of the post. There is a good image in here, and then your author bio. Let's go and make a blog post from scratch so I can show you how easy it is to create a blog. So for this one, our blog title is called Below Grade Concrete Waterproofing. And then I also have my meta description saved here. So I got my meta description, my title, and then I need to pick a blog image. So I'm going to pick this one right here. And then finally at the bottom, I can pick 1 or more categories. So I'm going to pick concrete basics and hit save. And just like that, your blog has been created, or your blog post has been created. Now you can click onto it and that opens up our editor where we can write the post. So we already have the heading of this blog here. So I don't want to add it again because we also have it here. So let's start right with content. So I'm going to drag and drop some text here. First thing I'm going to do is left align this content. And then I'm going to go into my document and grab that first paragraph and put it in here. Now this is too much reading all at once. So I like to break it up by adding some line breaks. So let's go ahead and add some line breaks in here. And just like that, we have added our first paragraph to our blog. Super easy to do. Once you click out here anywhere, this left side menu opens up and all your elements are available to you. So the next thing I'm going to do is add a table of contents. Any good blog should have a table of contents so your readers can easily navigate to a specific section of your blog, and it's also great for search engines. So I've added this table of content. One thing to note here on this table of content is you can control which headings show up on this table of content. So to give you an example, if I drag and drop this heading right here, it's going to show up in the table of contents because once I mark it H2, because right now our table of contents is set up to only accept H2 and H3. Now this one is an H2. What if I uncheck this box? Then this specific H2 header is going to disappear from my table of content. So it's pretty straightforward. I'm so glad that system has this because this makes our life as a blogger so much easier. So I have my heading and now I can continue to write my blog post. So let's add one more paragraph here and then I'm going to add an image. So I can copy this text, just drag it and drop it below. And then from here, I can paste that newly copied paragraph. Same thing here. Want to add some line breaks so it's easy to read. And if you have a Grammarly or any grammar checking extension, that's really helpful. So you can rephrase your sentences because Google awards those blogs that are grammatically correct. We have added our first H2. We've added some content. I'm going to add this one more time so we have a little bit more to play with and then I can show you the next step. So I've added one more H2 and now let me just mark this as H2. So this shows up in my table of content. First thing I want to show you is how to edit this table of content to your brand style, your brand liking. And let's go from the top here. Once you have selected the table of content, the settings is going to open here. First thing I want to do is call it what it is, which is table of contents. I can change the font size of that table of contents. I'm going to leave it at 32. And then you can also change the font types here. I'm not going to mess with them. The icon selector here can be changed. And then also, what's the default state? Do you want this table of contents to be default open or default closed? I do like it default closed, so I'm going to leave it like that. Change the icon color to match my brand colors. And then same thing, those headings font size can also be controlled right here. I'm going to make them a little bit smaller and then decrease the spacing in between the items. You can do that as well. And then further down, you can change the background color of this table of contents. So if I want it completely white, I can do that. You can pick any color here. Great use of your own brand colors. And then further down, I can give it some border around the table. I can change the width. All this fun stuff can be done here for the table of contents. Now the table of content looks a little squished in between these two paragraphs. So what I can do here is simply add a row on top and a row at the bottom to give it some breathing room. And then the last thing I want to do here is add an image. I can pick one of the images that I had recently added for my blog. Now this image is too tall, so I want to shrink it a bit and I want to keep it left aligned. So I have my image, I have my blog post. Now what you can do here is further down, you can add any of these elements on the left side. So I'm going to add a frequently asked question element, and towards the bottom of my blog here, we do have some frequently asked questions. So let's go ahead and add one of those right here. You have added your FAQ. So if I click here, I can add a bunch of FAQ items. And what I'm going to do is copy these questions over to these FAQ items and then show you that next steps. And then what I'm going to do is go to my second one. So on your second one, now you want to add some text. So drag and drop the text here. And this text will be the answer to your frequently asked questions. And same thing here. I'm going to click on the third one, grab my answer, and then paste it in there. And just like that, you have added a nice little FAQ to your blog with very minimal effort and looks really great. And of course, you can change all the colors to your brand colors and change the icon and whatnot. For now, we are just going to hit save changes. And let's go ahead and preview this blog, see how it's looking. So remember, this is a single blog post, and we can also go in to the home page and preview our home page, see what that looks like. So table of contents, we had said we want this collapsed. You can see it's collapsed, and if someone clicks on any of these links, they are taken directly to that section on the page. Same thing with frequently asked questions. These are also collapsed, and your readers can easily expand them and read them, and then any other element you put on here becomes part of your blog post. Now that we have finished writing this blog post, let's hit save changes and exit out to show you the next step. The next step, you can do a few things. One is obviously view the blog, which we already did. You can go back and edit it. You can duplicate it. My favorite is you can schedule this to go live at a specific date and time. So right now, for example, if I deactivate this one, I can go and schedule it for, let's say, July 21st at 4:30, and that blog gets scheduled and you'll be able to see when it is scheduled for. But you can also publish it right away by pressing the activate button, or you can go into the settings and make some changes before you hit publish. So I think this one is ready to publish, so I'm going to go ahead and activate it, and that blog just got published. So now if we look at the view blog, which has all this placeholder content on your blog homepage, you will now see this new article right here. And I can click it. When I click that article, I go into exactly what we just typed out together. And then I can go back to the blog homepage. And this brings me back to the page. You can see the navigation is seamless. The blog integration is seamless. It's fluid. It is very, very, very well done, very well thought out by the system team to get this blog prime time ready for us course creators. And there you have it, course heroes. That is how easy it is to blog using system. What are you waiting for? Ditch all those complicated blogging tools. Get your courses, your blogs, your everything under this single platform and get started today. I'm going to put my affiliate link in the description below. If you do end up using my affiliate link, it's the same price to you, but I get a commission and I get to continue to create these videos. And I do have some bonuses for those who do end up using my affiliate link. Regardless, check out System. I do have some links in the description. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button so you get notified next time I release a video. Until next time, keep creating.